said to be forever. But what if forever meant forever cursed? In the world of jewels, few are as famous or as feared as the Hope Diamond. Its deep, velvety blue glimmer captures the eye and enthralls the heart, but its history is drenched in blood, betrayal, and tragedy. From Indian temples to French palaces, from the gilded halls of America's wealthiest families to the hushed galleries of the Smithsonian, the diamond has left a trail of misfortune that stretches across centuries. Some dismiss the stories as superstition, a fanciful tale to scare the greedy. Others whisper that the diamond itself carries a dark power, punishing those who dare possess it. Kings have died, fortunes have vanished, heirs have been struck down, yet the gem survives, shining, untouchable, and irresistible. Tonight, we uncover the story of the Hope Diamond, the jewel of death. This is not just a tale of wealth and beauty. This is a story of obsession, desire, and the high price of wanting something beyond human reach. Our story begins in India, in the fabled Golconda mines of the 1600s. These mines were a marvel of engineering and legend, a labyrinth of tunnels beneath the hills, where the earth seemed to hold treasures older than memory itself. Gems of every hue and clarity were found here, yet none were more coveted or feared than the diamond that would become known as the Hope. Local legend tells of a diamond resting in the eye of a statue of a Hindu goddess, possibly Sita, whose gaze protected her temple and devotees. For centuries, the gem remained undisturbed, its brilliance silently blessing the faithful. Pilgrims would leave offerings at the base of the statue, bowing to the gleaming jewel that seemed to hum with divine energy. But greed knows no bounds. One night, thieves entered the temple, slipping past guards and priests under the cover of darkness. Candlelight flickered on carved walls, and shadows danced like specters as hands pried the diamond from the goddess's eye. Some say a scream of the divine echoed through the halls. Others claim the walls themselves trembled. The priests declared a curse. Whoever took the diamond from its sacred home would suffer betrayal, loss, illness, and death. Whether legend or truth, the curse seemed to awaken as the diamond left India. Its first European owners would soon find themselves engulfed in misfortune. But before that, the gem traveled through markets, courts, and the hands of merchants, each exchange shadowed by whispers of doom. To understand the full horror, one must imagine 17th century India. The Mughal Empire ruled with opulence and strict hierarchy. The courts were glittering, dangerous places of intrigue and ambition. A diamond of such magnitude was more than a jewel. It was a symbol of power, and as history would show, power comes at a price. This was the beginning of a story that would stretch across continents and centuries. A story of desire and death intertwined with a single dazzling stone. The diamond's journey from India led it to the heart of Europe, where kings and nobles could hardly believe their eyes. By the mid-1600s, the gem had found its way into the hands of King Louis XIV of France. It was recut and renamed the French Blue, a jewel of such brilliance it dazzled courtiers and foreign dignitaries alike. Louis XIV, the Sun King, was a man of immense wealth and ambition. His court at Versailles was a stage of grandeur, intrigue, and rivalry. Nobles whispered in corridors, rival factions plotted, and amidst it all, the diamond sparkled, a silent witness to the power struggles of men and women who believed themselves above the mortal consequences of greed. Yet behind the splendor lurked misfortune. Louis XIV survived for decades, but illness and misfortune followed. His great-grandson, Louis XVI, and the Queen, Marie Antoinette, met horrific ends on the guillotine during the French Revolution. Was it coincidence or the curse manifesting? The diamond seemed to carry with it a shadow that tainted even the most powerful. Stories from the French court tell of advisors falling suddenly ill, of soldiers struck by mysterious accidents, and of courtiers driven to madness, all connected, they whispered, to the cursed stone. Even as the monarchy fell, the diamond remained, a silent witness to the collapse of kings and empires. After the revolution, the diamond vanished, only to resurface later, recut into the deep blue gem we now call the Hope Diamond. It was sought by jewelers, princes, and collectors across Europe, yet those who dared possess it rarely found peace. One tale tells of a Dutch jeweler who mysteriously disappeared after handling it. Another recounts a Russian prince who lost both fortune and life after gifting it to a mistress. There is even a story of a woman who wore the diamond only to be mauled by wild dogs in her estate gardens. Each story, true or exaggerated, added to the aura of fear surrounding the gem. Historians debate the accuracy of these accounts, yet the pattern is chilling. Owners of the Hope Diamond faced a series of tragedies that cannot be dismissed entirely as coincidence. The gem seemed to demand a price for its beauty, a price paid in suffering, madness, and death. By the early 20th century, the diamond crossed the Atlantic and entered a new world of wealth, ambition, and social spectacle. Evelyn Walsh McLean, an American socialite with immense fortune, acquired the diamond. To her, the stories of curses were quaint superstitions, tales meant to thrill at dinner parties. Evelyn flaunted the diamond, wearing it at glamorous events, turning the legendary curse into an ornament of pride. Yet the shadow of tragedy could not be ignored. Her young son died in a car accident, her daughter succumbed to an overdose, and her husband descended into madness, eventually confined to an asylum. Her immense fortune dwindled. Evelyn, once the jewel of Washington society, died alone, haunted by the losses that seemed to follow the cursed diamond. Her story captivated the public imagination. Newspapers reported on the curse, skeptics scoffed, believers shivered. The Hope Diamond was no longer just a jewel, it was a symbol of the dangers of desire and the high price of obsession. After Evelyn's death, the diamond's journey took a new turn. In 1958, it was donated to the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. One might expect a treasure of such infamy to be delivered under heavy guard, yet the diamond arrived in a simple brown package through ordinary mail, a quiet prelude to the extraordinary history it carried. Since then, the Hope Diamond has been behind glass, admired by millions, studied by scientists, and speculated upon by historians. The museum's careful guardianship may have contained the curse, or perhaps it only sleeps, waiting for another chapter, another owner who dares to reach for it. Visitors report an almost hypnotic attraction to the stone, a magnetic pull that transcends rational explanation. It is as if the diamond itself is alive, aware, and ever watchful. The Hope Diamond is more than a gem. It is a story of desire, ambition, and mortality. From Indian temples to French palaces, from New World wealth to museum halls, the jewel has witnessed human folly in its most extreme forms. Beauty, history shows, can be deadly. Obsession can demand a price too high to pay. The diamond's curse, whether real or imagined, is a reminder of the peril altogether unchecked. So we leave you with a question. Would you dare to wear it, or would you let it remain behind the glass where perhaps it is safest